Anyway, so continue with our next story here. Yes. So continue with the same trend, right? Being, what do you call this? I would say lying, but it's the right term, right? So not putting the best foot forward, trying to cover up mistakes. So here we have another company here, best example. If you're familiar with Luckin Coffee, if you're in China, it's a company that's trying to compete with Starbucks, the coffee chain. So there are other companies aside from the Luckin Coffee chain, which was fined for over $9 million for their scandal. So what do we mean? So let's take a look here. So Chinese authorities found that Luckin Coffee, okay, with the help of other companies, falsely increased their sales, last year's sales, as well as their cost and profit margins, okay, to inflate their revenues here, to make it as if that they're doing really well. Now, obviously, the only reason to do that is if your company is a publicly listed company, so that investors will continue to support or invest in your company, showing that you're doing well, competing with the likes of Starbucks and such. But in reality, that was not the case. Now, obviously, it's not just the Chinese chain Luckin Coffee. There were other companies that were embroiled in this, so that they were fined as much as $9 million. So how did they do that? So they boosted their transactions last year using through fake coupons, by as much as 2.25 billion yuan, which is roughly $330 million, which inflated their revenue by as much as 2.12 billion yuan. So what happened here? What was the repercussion? I think similar to what happened to the bank scandals here. I think being delisted is one of the key penalty or punishment for those company, right? Being delisted, paying a stiff fine. If million is not enough, maybe we can go to the billions. If billions is not yet enough, maybe we can go into the trillions, so that they would hopefully learn their lesson, and obviously those decision makers should be penalized. Hopefully they could be kicked out, maybe in prison, if that's even possible. And as mentioned here, so they're being delisted in the New York NASDAQ, as well as removal of top executive. I think this is one of the solutions that they could implement here, not just in this particular scenario, but in other instances as well. Okay, so going back, so they were only established here only as recent as 2017. The goal was here to dethrone the Starbucks chain that is the big giant Starbucks. Now, with using aggressive strategy, enticing customers with app-based purchasing model was a way to, gain a market share. But I guess, they underestimated the power which is Starbucks here. So obviously the shares are into free fall. What would happen next year? We have to wait and see, if they're delisted, where are they going to get their investors now? So what would happen here? Would they be bought out? Will they be acquired by Starbucks and such? These are the things that happens if you make wrong decisions, or not just wrong, bad decisions at that. Okay.